What's up, world? Another day going live. Okay, let's play this way. Yeah. Whoop. Let me turn off the door. It's kind of weird to have the bathroom open. All right. Let me share my screen. I feel like this last week started out strong and did not go so great towards the end. I just completely lost focus. Okay, let me get the weekly meeting pulse open. This is the last meeting of July. That's good. Let me copy this. Make a copy. And I'm always doing these things like a day late. I don't really understand why. Always. I'm starting to think that Monday morning might be a better day to do it anyway, though. Like the weekly meeting, only because I'll be motivated to do some. I guess I'll be motivated to get stuff done. Oh, what? Core belief. All right, let me share. We are starting. We are like officially starting. All right. Okay, so Better Therapy Now, weekly meeting, July 28th, last meeting of July. I wish I could kind of like rank my weeks. I think I'd give last week like a C minus. I don't know. It started off really great and then it kind of like died in like all aspects. I guess like my day job just kind of took over. But opener, what is your core belief? So this question comes from reading the book Start With Why by Simon Sinek. I listened to it. I did a outreach thing for work, which required me to do like a 3.5 hour drive to Shoalo, Arizona. And while I was out there, I was listening to that book, and I've listened to the book before. I've read it before. But I think he was on a podcast and made me want to listen to it again. And I started to think about, well, for Better Therapy Now, what is our why? And I couldn't come up with anything. Nothing was really clear. You know, I've talked about productivity. I've talked about discipline. I've tried to market via mental fitness coaching, and now it's kind of going back to individual therapy. I know I was like toying around with like kind of business students because I thought, oh, they'd be more into productive, focused, goal-oriented type of therapy. And then now I'm back to young adults, young professionals, kind of edging towards teens. I think the teenager thing is much more about the straightforwardness of the marketing strategy and less about a why, I think, or like a core belief. But I think the one belief that I've been able to come up with, it took me a while to identify anything, but the one belief is that I believe that you must have goals. And on top of that, you must have goals to be healthy. Goals to be mentally healthy. That's one belief that I have. And I was just writing about this morning in my journal, but this is one belief that is consistent through my actions and just the way I live my day to day since really day one, at least since my entire adult life, is that I've always had some type of goal that I'm working towards. And I am happiest when my goal is much more as profound. The more profound my goal is and the more excited I am about it, the happier I become. That is, and the more, I guess, the more sense of purpose that I have. That's been true. I think lately I've kind of been blinded by this idea of having kids, like making that a sort of purpose for myself. But I think that was very artificial and a reaction of my dad and everything that he went through when he passed away. But I think the real, I guess, not saying that this is like a purpose thing, but at least in terms of if you were to ask me what is one thing that you undoubtedly believe, and I think it is, I believe you must have goals to be mentally healthy. At least that's getting really, really close to what I believe. I don't know if that's like necessarily how it words the core belief. Maybe it's something like you're happiest if you're chasing a goal, or you're happiest if you're chasing a dream, something like that. Maybe that's what it ends up being. But like as of now, it's definitely something around the realm of you have to have goals to be mentally healthy. Let me put this other version. You're happiest if you are chasing a dream. So it has nothing to do about like, oh, you'll be like successful, or nothing to do with like, oh, you're going to actually accomplish the dream. But I do believe you're happiest if you are chasing a dream. And I think that can, I think we have to like, it's important to expand what that can even mean, because that could, your dream could be something involving raising a family, that's like, that's your dream. Or, or even like being humble. Like your dream is to kind of like be able to be the best version of humility that you can possibly be. I don't know. I haven't thought too deeply about this, but I think this is a really good step in the right direction in terms of what ultimately Better Therapy Now will be about. I don't think maybe it'll still be about mental fitness. I mean, I think mental fitness will be a huge part of that, because to me that's something that's proactive. But I do think that goals are going to be a big part of it. And I like the idea of you're happiest if you're chasing a dream, or maybe when you are chasing a dream. When you are chasing a dream. So there you have it. I like it. I think this is the beginning of something. So I think that book, I was reading that book and I didn't really like it. Not that I didn't like it. Well, my problem with Start With Why was that at the beginning of it, it seemed like he was spending a lot of time convincing you that starting with why was important, and kind of linking this idea that like the brain, since it makes decisions with its emotions and then kind of rationalizes with the neocortex, with this logic portion of the brain, then starting with why is a way to connect to the emotional part of the brain, like kind of the limbic system, and then working out from there, going to the how, and then going to the what is like your way to get to the logic portion of the brain. So you communicate with people in the same way, and kind of like within the same structure, the same method that the brain makes decisions anyway. So it seems like that was the argument of the book. And it evolves from there. It gets really big. I mean, he talks about kind of, this is how you reach tipping points in certain movements. This is how you start a movement. He emphasizes really connecting with, I guess, your most loyal subscribers, or people that kind of connect with that dream, connecting with them and focusing more on them. The people that connect with the why will allow an idea to spread much more. So I don't know. Maybe the purpose would be, I want to connect people to their dreams. People, their dreams. I want to connect people to their dreams. I actually like this a lot. And then with Better Therapy Now, like saying something like, having a tagline like, we connect people with their dreams and be mentally healthy. I'm starting to like this a lot more. Okay, so let's go. Avatar still at 0%, to be honest. Like, we are not making any progress because I keep changing. And I think the first month was going to be big because I had to take the LMSW to identify what direction am I really going to go. and now we're looking at mental health. Like we can confidently step in the direction of mental health because I'm officially licensed. So I think that like I understand why Rock 1 is not done. What I don't understand is Rock 2, create an online course and publish on Podia or school. Now we actually have come, I'll say we are, 10% complete with that because we've created an outline for the course. We're getting into the workbook. And we're taking good steps. Productivity still at 60%. I just haven't done anything. I just have not done anything. Like I just have not gotten back to it, and it's really upsetting. 10% of course completed. So yeah, these are my 3 rocks. And I mean, can we think of any other rocks? I don't know. 60%, 0% of weekly meetings conducted. And we've done 4. We're doing 4. 2 of them late, but we've done 4. And honestly, I wouldn't even say 2 of them late because I really am thinking that that I want to do them on Monday morning. I think Monday morning is probably the best time to do them. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I would too. I hate. One thing. Oh wow, this is probably full. Okay, well then we're good. Yeah. So let's look at last week's to dos. Man, these are. I don't know why I have this. Oh, okay. Let me see. Hold on. Sorry. Let me take. This is. I just have to reformat this. Boom. Okay, good. And then erase this whole thing. Still haven't recorded episode 15. We're just sucking. What's going on? I want to delete the table. Thank you. There we go. Okay. Last week's to do. Let's see what we got. 5-year portion. No. Did not even start it. Yes, we did. We've been thinking about it. I mean, we've done a lot. Find a mental health related event. Yes, we did. We have quite a few of those. Find it. Kind of, but still no. I haven't completely done that. No, didn't even do that. Yes, did that very well. Yes, I actually watched a keynote. There's not a lot of conferences like out there that are recorded. Okay, I did do that. I just haven't found anything yet. So we have 3 that we really haven't done. Okay, cool. Day job. Okay, insurances. I haven't done this. Okay, we're doing really good. I'm scheduled for 2. Yeah, actually, I'm scheduled for 3, so I might have a 3rd one. And then I would say this is probably, oops, sorry, 70%. So we're like making progress on this. Like it's not terrible. I just need to do like more. And I'm gonna do the week. Yeah, I'm not messing around today. Okay. All right. 5-year plan. What else is there? So basically the way this works is anything that is a no up here goes down there as a to do. So okay. Chamber of Commerce meeting, BTN website. We believe. Their dreams. Okay, and then research business meetings at work. Okay, I still need to find a business meeting that works, and it's schedule conflicts. That's just what it is. I did this. I'll just erase. One thing is, is it 5 videos? Look, this is done by the end of the day, Sunday. So August 2nd. Woo! Time management. I don't know what this is. Okay. So I think that's all my to-dos. Let's see, main objective. Kayla signed the third one. This morning, I'm completing a lot of the new ones. Yes, find 5 events to do for AJHS, 1 potential in Casa Grande. No, 1 happening this week in Casa Grande. And prep for that. I see like merch. So I'm thinking like get some brochures, get a few squishies, get a few different things, hand them out, and then just kind of go from there. I don't know how many people will be there, but I probably need to have. I'll probably need to make a 1-pager too. I mean, your brochures are the 1-page handout. This is all it is. Oh no, I'll say 1-page handout. With tools. That would be really cool. All right. O&O list. Let's get to it. So the way so that's this is the thing that's different between me doing this and then doing this at my job is that I have main objectives for day job. So I just have to keep that in mind because if I got fired, that'd be I have to keep doing my job the best that I can anyway. All right. So next thing, create a presentation related to mental health. So I want this presentation about chasing dreams for teens, for adults. And I want this done this week. I know that 5-year plan. The videos are already created. I just have to upload them. I don't know. Workbook. Lessons 3 through 12. Okay, LinkedIn now. Okay, 10 calls a day, request a presentation, need to prospect more. Yeah. Calls. Okay, what else do we have? It's link videos on Podia's website. And then I want to keep that on because that's just to be a reoccurring thing. Actually, what we need to do is we need to make, hold on, delete 2 rows. We need to make the 10 calls a day for prospecting. I say 10 calls a week. Like that's probably what I have as a measurable. That's an input. So if we can create that as a measurable, I think it would be good. And just scorecard. That's one thing this thing doesn't have is a scorecard. Here we go. So I think that's the way. That's the way to continue to track that weekly. So we can get rid of this one. Okay, LinkedIn. So it hasn't happened. I don't really know. The thing about the premium account is that it costs $800. Yeah, you know what I mean. So I mean, unless I come up with a way to make that, I just don't think. I don't think it's going to happen in August. Like I just need an extra $800. And I think what's the trigger for the LinkedIn account? That's what we need. We need trigger. Like trigger. I think the real trigger is getting a therapy job where getting a therapy job where I have this market for clients. And then what is the trigger? Getting obstacle is at least a week. So you need like a decent amount of additional money. You know what I mean? 125 a week is doable because now I have my condo lease, so it's not like the bleeding is like stop, like we turn off the faucet, but yeah, that's a problem. Okay, cool. So yeah, I could start SPP stands for supervised private practice. The problem is that I'm gonna have to get an LCSW to do this, and it's gonna cost at least $125 a week to do that. That's a lot of money. That's like $500 a month. right? So that's like bleeding me. I need to figure out. I need to have like probably $1,000 just like sitting there to before I even like start this, just so I can go a couple of months, so I can get some clients, and then once I get like 2 clients, then I'm ready to go. You know, need a weekly meeting software. I mean, this would be great. Something like Bloom Growth. That's what I would go to. Is Bloom? I think Bloom Growth works great. I love Bloom Growth. Monday.com would be good. How much is it? I wonder how much a Monday.com subscription is. Because that's pretty popular, and usually the more popular things are a little more affordable. Mm. Mm-hmm. Look on prices. Come on, ChatGPT be going slow sometimes. Well, mm. Wow. So the I have to have 3 users. Okay. So what? It's not that much though. It's pretty affordable. I mean, you could even do what is it, $19 a month? So 600, so $700. You have 3 users. I could throw like 3 different emails on there. Also, how much would it cost to create a business email? That was one thing that really like kind of got myself up. Is that my email is just like a Gmail for my business, and it should be a sort of plan Google Workspace. That's not that much. I mean, $6 a month. I could definitely do that. Probably should just do that. Gmail for business. Yeah, I probably need to do that. Just create a business email. Yeah, I need to do that. So, and then new cards. Yeah. New business cards are only like 50 something bucks, but those are important tasks that aren't that much. They aren't that hard to do. Okay. I think that's probably the best one. Is I'm going to the Arizona Behavioral Health Providers Conference, or whatever it's called. I haven't done that yet. So those should both be to dos. Those are both to dos. These are always a to do. Well, these 2 for sure. At website stuff. Actually, I have all 3 of these. So on my L&L list. My L&L list is easy to do. Upload videos. I mean, I am trying to like. Oh, false. This is from the 27th. Second. There we go. Yeah, I don't really understand. I don't know. That's a lot. Okay. This is too many. So I think the first conflict, this is too many to do. It's 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. But a lot of them are really, really easy. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'll give this one I'll give it another 8 out of 10. Only because I think too many to dos. I said I'll give it too many to dos. Everything. What are the most important things though? Well, this isn't a to do. This is yeah, that's sort of like a measurable. Okay, I would say the 5-year plan. So, yes. That's really, yeah, I think that's what I need to start doing is thinking about like that is the most important thing. If I get that done, I'd be really good. And then 5-year plan. 2. Those things create a presentation about chasing dreams for you to. Yes. If I get these 3 done, if I get these 3 done, I'd be really excited. Yeah. And then everything else, find weekly business meeting, purchase a business email, order new business cards, find one trainer. I feel like those 5 can be done in like a 2-hour period. Yeah. Those are like these right here are like little tasks that can be done really, really fast, I think. Right. And then these right here are the most important and it's going to require me to sit down for multiple hours at some point, for at least a couple of hours. Like if I sat down I would say this will take me 4 hours to do if I really focused. 5-year plan, 3 hours. Yeah, and then 5 videos to edit and do all the videos, which does take some time. It's going to take a good 3 hours because I already made. But to do that, so I'm saying 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 10 hours of all this. That's 10 hours of work to do for the most. And then link videos to a website. I don't know, 1 hour at most. This 30 minutes of dedicated, just thinking about it. Purchase 10 minutes. If you start putting the final one actually works, that type of stuff should be easy. So now you kind of get an idea. And then all this stuff is just stuff I don't really care about. Yeah. How long do you think that would really take? I think that would take maybe another 4-hour task of dedicated work. And then view and update, change mental fitness coaching. 2 hours. Maybe 3 hours. So how much do you think that is total? If I were to really get everything done with better therapy now. It's like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 hours. The 2 30-minute time, 19 hours and 20 minutes total. $19 hours. That's what we're thinking. Okay. Well, that's really important to know. So I like that. So we're asking for 19 hours and 20 minutes of work. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. That's a wrap. So thank you for attending. And how long was this one? 36 minutes. Not too bad. At some point, this will be a much bigger thing. And it'll be like a full 90 minutes, and that won't even be enough. But since it's just me, 36 minutes is probably all I need.